Hi everybody, this is Matt from Wren and Cuff. I wanted to make a quick video just to address a question that a customer sent me. What happened to this customer was they busted out their original vintage op-amp Big Muff, and then they wanted to AB it with the IC78, which is totally something I would do too. They went and played it. They set everything about the same. I'm going to use noon just as a nice simple way to demonstrate this. Pop that there. Everything's at noon, tone's about the same, somewhere around there. Sustain's up to 10 on all of them to make it easy. And what happened with them was they go. I don't know how well it translates into the phone, but you can hear there's less output here, less low end here, and I wanted to address how it can appear that way. It's actually not the case. There's just as much output, just as much bass, and I'm going to explain why that is. Original Big Muff, they used a linear taper on their volume knob. What that means is that as you turn it, it gets louder faster. For ours, I used a logarithmic taper. Logarithmic's what our ears are kind of used to. It's on home stereos and a ton of other stuff. Lots of pedals use it on the output. Our ears are kind of used to it. Electro-harmonics really like linear taper. I think it was just more readily available and they just could do it across the board. It was easier. So usually I match everything up, even the taper, like if warts and all, I won't change that. I made an exception on this pedal, and I'll tell you why, but let me show you why there's the bass thing, the output thing. If I turn this guy, I don't know, almost up to noon, keep this the same, you're gonna hear everything comes in, it's more robust, there's more bass. Why would there be more bass? You're not touching the tone knob or anything. Because the harder you hit the front end of the amp, you're gonna get more low end coming through. It's gonna sound bolder and thicker and all the other adjectives that we like to use. I think there might even be more output at that setting with this guy. Okay, so what's my logic in doing that? Why didn't I just keep it linear, just keep it the same, make everything easy? I wouldn't have to make this video and all that. My logic was, we did one thing on this guy. We borrowed this tone bypass mod from the V5. When you use that mod and you bypass the tone there, what happens is you're totally bypassing this passive tone section. Your output increases a whole lot. And what can tend to happen with the V5s, one complaint that people have is that you get that huge output boost, and with the linear taper on the pot, it's just there's not a lot of room for adjustment. So I figured, look, since the output level overall is unaffected by the taper, it literally only affects where the knob is set at. If we were to max these out, the output's going to be exactly the same. My logic was, when they use the tone bypass, using that logarithmic taper will give them a lot more room to adjust, to fine tune things. It'll turn up more naturally. It won't just be as shocking of a boost when it comes in. And since it doesn't affect the overall tone, everybody will be happy. I didn't anticipate, and I probably should have, that there will be people in these situations where they A/B things, and they'll notice, what seems like less output, and they'll be like, oh my God, that pedal's weaker, it's not as good, or whatever. So that's the reason I made this video. I even went as far as I made this guy, I just put in a linear taper, same value, just to demonstrate that, look, if we do that, everything lines up. That shows you. So you're not, by having that different taper, I keep saying the same thing, I'm sorry, but I just want to reiterate, you're not sacrificing anything. It all boils down to, hey, if you set this knob here and this knob here, it's the same. And once everything's maxed out, the output's the same, the EQ is the same, everything's the same. I really hope that this addresses that for everybody. I hope you find it useful. Most people won't even need this because, you know, they aren't sitting there and A/Bing them together. But if you are and you like details as much as I do, hopefully this video will make sense to you. And if you come across online somebody in some forum or whatever, you know, asking about this or wondering about this, and you know about it now, maybe, you know, paste a link to this video. It's going to be on YouTube as well, and, you know, say, well, Matt explained it here, and they can draw their own conclusion. Slap a link up if you want to. That'd be helpful to us. I'm going to do the same if I see it out there in the internet land. And yeah, I hope this addresses it. I hope this makes sense. Sorry if it's caused any confusion, and I hope everyone out there is enjoying their new pedal. Everyone who's bought one and is going to buy one. Thank you.